Hey guys, this is the professor for Day Trading for Success. We're about to have a recap with this morning's trading where we did really good. So stick around. I will be right back. Should be exciting.
Welcome to Day Trading for Success, where the professor, a former math teacher turned full-time trader and coder, guides beginners on how to trade for a living using proven strategies, breakthrough indicators, and lessons from essential trading books. The professor isn't a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a pro before diving into any strategies or demos you see here. Start smart, practice in a simulator, stick to a solid day trading plan, and don't forget to log every trade. Your profits will start with preparation. Thank you for allowing us to share in your journey. Please remember to subscribe, comment, give a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can be the first to receive more of our great content.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. So we're going to go over, we're not going to show the whole video of the stream today, but right when the trading starts, I'll show you that. So you'll miss a lot of the announcements and things that I was talking about, and you'll miss why I picked the stock and then the news that I generally give. So if you end up coming into the live stream, you will get the benefit of, my analysis of what is being traded and why. For this type of strategy, and the goal is to make $100 a day every day that we trade, and we did it right away, but there's more to this in a second. But remember, guys, to have a set of rules. Have a set of rules that you go by. Now, this is my set of rules. I made a point of that. This is my set of rules for this specific strategy, the way I trade. You may not like this entering 25 and then averaging into more of your position if it goes against you. The thing that I really highly recommend, whatever day trading plan you have, is have a maximum loss per trade and a maximum loss per day, and never break those two. Those two never break, and then you will live to trade another day, and you will become profitable. That's my promise to you. Like Liam Nielsen says, I have a particular set of skills. No, I threatened everybody one time with that line, and then I in the beginning, I said that was from a movie that I said, and I will kill you if you don't watch this video. And then it was edited out, so you just saw me say I was going to kill you. Anyway, stupid, but... So, that's not what I want. That's the thing that we start in the morning of the stream. So anyway, yeah, so here's the layout. I won't go over the whole thing again with you guys, but I will. I'm about to play the whole video, but I'm going to talk about what happened after it's happened, right? So let's get a look at it right now. So there was an accidental trade here just a minute ago of 200 shares for a split second, and I actually made money at a few more cents. But so we started out trading NVIDIA. Remember, the goal is just $100 a day with this surefire scalping strategy that is pretty good. Helps you make pretty good making money for you, right? Now, I did mark out historical data levels. You have the ATRs here, and you have the whole and half dollar. Obviously, when we traded, it wasn't quite this crowded. It got more crowded as the day went on here. But the opening trade was right in here where I shorted against the move. I think I actually missed the first 1 minute candle and got the short on the second, got out and had a good chunk of money right off the bat. And then it went into the trades in here until we got out of NVIDIA. And I did the same thing where I was basically calling the price action based on the whole and half dollar, the indicators that we use, and the risk oscillator that we use. It sets the target for what we're going for. But after the first trade, I waited for the next 5 minute candle. For it to break the first 5 minute candle, so I could really assess if there was any channeling going on. And then I started to trade again there. And then that ultimately ended up with not that many trades, up to the $100 on this stock. Then I stopped, and we talked for a little bit, and then we moved on to Hood, which was the next stock. And then we made, now I told everybody, if you made your $100, get out. But for those that came in later, because I was watching them streaming people populate after the open, I went ahead and traded another stock for a few minutes before I had to go just after 10 a.m. and we did well on that. So it was 100% accurate on every trade using this strategy. And this strategy is using things like the MACD indicator, it's a specially coded one, the buy and sell indicator that is specially coded, that basically calls the direction before they happen. See how it called it, then it did it, called it, then it did it, called it, then it did it, and it's calling it right now as we're trading, as we're looking at Hood. So ideally this should turn it around at the close of this candle if this is accurate. If it seems like it's not going to turn around, it will disappear, usually saying, hey, price action started to overwhelm this indicator and it's turning the other way. Then it has, of course, the multi-chart alignment, which is really important, all saying go down, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, except for the 4 hour is saying going down. And then you have, like I say, the engine here telling you inside each candlestick what is the percentage in the moment, what is if the volume passes it, it'll have an alert that goes off the direction. So it's hitting the $0.50 here, or the whole dollar here as well. So it looks like this indicator could go wrong, although it already did go up from its mark. But yeah, this one, they're not, it's wrong. It's right about 80% of the time. See how it happened here and then it turned around. But anyway, I would think about getting these if you don't have them. I'll have a link to this entire layout with every indicator on it that they offer over at the $1 Million Margin Club. And you just go to that link and you can get the whole thing set up for you with all the custom indicators, which would include, of course, the pulse indicator here, the market pulse, telling you the direction. Now, whatever you set this on, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, at this point, the traders would put this on a 1 hour chart so they get a better idea. But in the open, we have it on a 5 minute chart, kind of showing you quicker strength of which way the overall market's going. And then if you open up the day, if you get this layout, you'll see this is where I have my ATRs, everything marked, so I can make a note of the half and the whole ATR levels, as well as this one's free over at the $1 Million Margin Club. I made this available for free, so look for the free ones over there. This is free. And then we're going to go into what I talked about on the other earlier on the live stream. I haven't fixed this yet, but I will. Where did I put it? Oh, maybe it's under B for buy. Is it buy? Okay, I can't remember what I named it. Give me a second here. ScalpMeter. Here it is, updated by. Okay, so let's add that in. Now, this is the one that if you've emailed, let me pull this up out of the way and get to this. If you've emailed me, you're going to get this for free when we send out the emails. And for all of you people that are saying, hey, you're trading and you didn't tell us you were trading via email. And these are soft openings. This is a soft opening, right? It's not officially. I mean, you can watch these, but the 7th of July is when we do the official hard opening. Somebody who's been multiple business owners, like for restaurants and retail and, just over 30 businesses. They have a thing called soft opening where before the grand opening, you try it out. And we're kind of trying out the whole streaming system right now. So that's why you haven't been notified yet, but you will be notified. And the reason I bring this up right now is that, so you should be looking every morning because you should be getting an alert. If you turned on your alerts and you're subscribed, then you will get alerted that I am trading, even though you haven't gotten your email. But when you do get, one of your emails also doing is just kind of putting you on a special club list that you're going to get all these things over the months. You're going to get advantages that other people don't. Now, I'm not going to spam you like crazy. And if you don't want to get emailed, you can just ask to don't email me anymore, and you'll be taken off the list. But why I bring it up right now is this is what you're going to get for free. Now, I did mention to you that the $1 Million Margin Club will have these available for free, but not the updated one. So I'm giving them to the $1 Million Margin Club for a period of time that you can get them for free. Okay, even if you're not subscribed here or whatever. So go over there. There's a link to their They're my only sponsor. There's a link in the video here, in the under the more information where all the links are. You can go there. In the script vault, there's already one for free, and they're going to make a seller's and a buyer's volume indicator for free. So if you only trade short and you only go long, or you trade out of an IRA, they're very handy. But what I've done is I've now souped it up for you people that emailed me, and that's the Professor's Day Trading for Success at gmail.com, and it is on under the information of the channel and on every video. Okay, so you can just look under the video and see my if you can't find it. But you're going to get the souped up one, which right now is malfunctioning. So I'm not totally proud of it yet, but I'm going to fix this before the email goes out, and there's going to be a link for you to get the DTS version of this. And then eventually it will be over at the $1 Million Margin Club, but it'll be for sale. So you'll get it for free. And this is going to be really cool. So it not only gives the total volume, there's one for sellers too. Okay. So it not only gives the total volume, right, but it's going to give the buy volume separately. And if the buy volume goes past on the next candle, see how it just alerted there that it went past, but then the candle, why didn't it stay lit up? See, this is malfunctioning because it's not supposed to. It should have stayed. Yeah, it's not just always when it's above. It's when it broke the volume. So this is, yeah, I got to correct the script on this. Anyway, and this is the Scalp Pro, which is working correctly here. But then it's going to give you, the percentage inside the candle, and then this meter is going to show you too, the strength of the buying as the volume goes up. Where if you're long biased, and then in here, inside every volume candle, it's showing you what the strength is. So by watching this, if you're waiting for the perfect trade, I would use this in concert with the risk oscillator. It's telling you have 16 cents to go up, right? That's an idea. I should make one of these that's just for long bias for you guys too, for all the people that trade in IRAs or just, yeah, okay, good idea. This is how I come up with the ideas, because I think about the practical use for them. So anyway, the point is it's not done yet, but I'll have it done and out in that email for you. That's just telling you jump in that trade, man. That's just telling you. You're obviously going to want to watch order flow and other indicators at the same time. So anyway, I wanted to make sure you knew that you haven't been forgotten. Nobody's emailed you yet, but we are trading on soft openings now if you want to come in. And what you're about to see is today's video that I'm going to edit up right to where we started to trade. Okay, guys? So I could go over a zillion more things, but we're going to get right to it. So thanks for tuning in. And remember, always stay inquisitive and go green out there. And hopefully I'll see a lot of you tomorrow in my next live trading day. So do I advocate to always trade that way? No, I do not. And if you are going to trade momentum, this is just my opinion, obviously. I mean, if you are going to trade momentum, then maybe set goals and, get in and out. Don't live and breathe momentum. So you're just like, you can't even listen to somebody talk around you because you're just in a different mindset, a super fast mindset. And everybody's just doing the Charlie Brown, wah, wah, wah. Remember that? That's what they sound like. You're not really taking it in. And that has happened to me many times. You got to step back, relax, meditate, or whatever you might want to do, and realize life is passing you by, and do you want it to be like that? Or do you want to make a whole bunch of money and then get out of that mentality? There's all kinds of ways to do it. But that's one of the reasons why trading consolidated stocks, the better reason is it's very safe and calm and, based on the RV strategy, setup. We're scalping in between there, and that's a very safe way to trade, believe it or not. People will look at this and go, I don't know what you're talking about, but you have to get into it to understand. We're going to do the same thing here again. We're going to mark these levels. I've taken them down again. Let's get this. Now, these are just guidelines. That's why I'm not zooming in to get the exact price. Getting close to where everything's multi-tapped. Yeah, so you see it was over here, then it hit there, over here too.
WRD, we ride secures first step in deliveries, driverless logistics vehicle test permit for rubber band
We're getting ready to trade live here, guys. I'm getting ready here. We're going to trade only at open market. And we're right here at this level and this level.
Shares of We Ride popping a bit here now, $7.83. Whiskey Romeo Delta.
So that is throughout the whole studio what you're hearing for other people. We got to get going faster because I did go on there. So welcome to all those that have just joined in. I will trade the opening candle. I am setting levels, historical data and fib levels to help us with guidelines only. It's not a BL. Look at it, respected that fib pretty well for a second. So NVIDIA is going up, and I do expect that to happen because of how far it went down. Now, there is a war going on with Trump and Musk, but it did get that big, beautiful bill, did get past the Senate, and then you do have, if they're building their chip factories before the close of 2026, they get from 25% incentive up to 35-40% tax incentive in that bill, and that you would think would make the chip stocks go up today. So we'll see. Again, for those of you that just popped in, this is the buyer's indicator that if you have emailed me, you're going to be getting for free. There's a couple of glitches we noticed earlier, people watching, and I'm going to fix. But this is for people in IRA accounts or only want to trade long. This is a particularly handy indicator showing you only the buyers inside the volume, the strength of them inside with a meter and a percentage. And it's supposed to, the other volume's supposed to stay lit here all the time, and it's not. Yeah, this is some glitchy stuff here. I was working on it, and it kept making mistakes as I did it, and it was just like, okay. It seems like when you work on scripts, it's like you go backwards before you go forward on these things. So we are about to open. I'll be trading market. I am going to look for actually, I'm just going to pull this down. I'm going to look for a rise, and I would probably short off of this level right here. Remember, guys, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Please seek the advice of someone licensed before you follow anything we do here. Don't have time to show that any longer because it's in my way. All right, let's see what happens here. We're hovering right at the 153 even. Here we go.
U.S. markets are
Now, the half and whole dollar just lit up, as you can see from that. I'm going to be long biased, but I'm going to play short when I can here to try to get the retracements as they happen. So let's see where the top is going to be here to start retracing. There's our ATR up there. That is marked out as well. Looks like confidence is very high here still. I would look to be more up here at that historical data level up there, 154.60 range. I mean, 154 even, maybe too. See how it lost some way here? So I am looking at the price action here, but doing it on the opening candle is helpful, as I'm sure most of you know. So let's see what we do here. Yeah, it's getting...
S&P 500 down 2.22 after the...
I'm going to definitely get in by hitting market if it goes up to where I want. I'm looking for it to get up to a little... that was it. We're on the second candle. I missed that move. So let's see if it bangs back up again. I would... that was it, huh? Interesting that it only went that high on that opening candle. We're going to go ahead and make a note of that area. See if we can rebound or people are done. So I missed the opening trade. Too bad. Let's see if we can get it again. Here we go. I'm going to try it again. I'll get in right there, and we'll try to buy the bid as it scales. I could have got it out for 23 there. There we go. Is that going to pick me up there? That was 40 bucks for a minute. There we go, 43 bucks. So I did sort of get an opening trade. Almost halfway to our position there. Now, I'm going to wait. I hope a bunch of you were able to pick that up. I see we got 138 right now. I hope some of you guys got that. You might have got the first one I missed, you know. So that is a rickshaw man. That is a sign of a reversal. and it is indeed reversing.
USD,
Little early to start. We're not.
$19.45.
That was just trading on a bias based on the opening
CO, quantum
of the stock. I'm long bias, catching a retracement. Now I have to trade in a consolidation mode, long bias, because this was all the way up to 157, or actually wasn't it almost like 160, 159 at one point just a few days ago, right? Yeah, 159. So we're way down here. So there's room for it to recover and go beyond. There's what we look like on a 5-minute right now, nice and strong. So we would want to take buying opportunities and do the retracement more than selling opportunities, long biased. So we'll look for it to bang off a level here, like right down here, and maybe go buy, but I think it's too soon. I want the first 5 minute to close before I rely on that. Some of you can take advantage of this right now. I would have gone long off of that, but I'm going to try to be conservative for everybody, and I'm going to wait for the first 5 minute to close. Here is the marking of it. Okay, that's the multi-channel chart alignment marking of that, and here they are down here for every candle time frame. All right, so since we are going to be buyer biased, I will put the new buyer indicator that I'm going to be emailing you guys for free that have given me your email. I'm going to make it work better than it does right now. I literally made the changes to it early this morning, so I didn't have as much time to. And I'm not looking at the candlesticks here because I have them here. I mean the volume, but I am looking at the ScalpMeter Pro as well. So we have another minute before it breaks that 5-minute time frame here. So it is just definitely keeps going up. So I would probably look to bounce off the 154. If it gets that low, I would buy. It might not go down that low though. It looks like it just wants to go up this morning. So we may have to start working it off the 50. So this is all green, which means the 5-minute. Everybody's going to jump in green here. So I am tempted to just go in here just because of the way it's coming back a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and buy in there. On that slight retracement, knowing that I can average into a better position here. Now I didn't take the baby step already. I could have, and I could have done it again, and I didn't. So I am trading it a bit long biased, hoping that it's going to flip around here. Let's see. Wow, that's surprising that it's doing that to me, because they don't know who I am clearly. I'll go ahead and take the $15 if it hits there again. Yeah, just because it slowed down. Now, of course, there it goes, because I did that trade. That's why it says you're punished. You didn't stay in longer. But remember, we're doing baby steps, guys. We just want $10, $15. The opening trade is an anomaly, but then after that, and hopefully that gives you a leg up for the day. But now we're just going to slow down and go for $100 today, and then we're going to stop. And that's what we're going to do. So now there could be a retracement here. Hesitate to be short biased here in any way to try to catch a retracement. But I might do it because, let's see. So did it respect that historical data level? That's at the 68 cent. It doesn't look like it did. Nope. So that's close to worthless. So we're looking at the... Now we're looking at the fib and the ATR. I would be inclined to go short up here. So at the 155, you will see me go short, and I'll get in just by doing market to make sure I'm in. Let's see. $90 didn't. It's dropping off before it. You can see people are losing a little bit of wind up there as it goes higher and higher, because they're going to take profit and they're going to be worried that it's going to stop going up. So that was very close to where I wanted. I'm going to go ahead and take it there. I got it at 95, not what I wanted to get out in. I wanted a better position than that, so I will just get out fast. I think the way it was moving, it looks like it's going to keep going up. So I just took the profit quickly, made whatever that was, $10 or something. And there it goes back down. So let's see if we can bang off one of these levels. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get in off that 68 level, and we'll again use market so that I get filled, and we'll take that. So we got up to 80 bucks. So this level does look like it got slightly respected now on the way back down. So, or it's just a happenstance. You can see that I got some emails that were just not nice, and a couple of comments that we didn't let through that people just don't understand, about different ways to trade. And they just think this is a fluke, and, they just don't get it. They haven't watched any of the archive videos, any of the, seen me make $40,000 in a few minutes, or when I just go for, 50 shares and I do it, to make the $500 or whatever. There is definitely something to historical data and indicators. It's just, you can't just read something and then listen to the repeat and the repeat and the repeat of people and just think that it's gospel, that that's the only truth that there is out there. The market's ever evolving. Indicators, with the help of AI, are getting more and more accurate. And there's nothing but historical data to go by. So it did bank off that. I could have gone long there. I thought about it, going long right there. Wow. Instead, I'm going to think about going short up here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and it broke it, so I'll take it on the high of that break and look for a retracement off the 55, but I might get hurt here, so got to watch it close. Take that. So that got me to 90. All right, so I just took it on a little retracement. I still think it's going up. I would tend to now look at the ATR to go short up. I can't help but trade short, guys. I don't know. It's in my blood to go for the retracement. I'm so used to stocks always going down that I tend to want to rely more on the retrace down than to go up here, especially since it's made a pretty big move already this morning. So I do think it will end up higher than this today, but it may swale down first. So just be careful here, just riding it long. But if you got in long right here and you just held it, man, you're making big money right now. I don't advocate that, but, like I said, there's more ways to trade, right? So that's at 20, what is that marked at? ATR is at 29 level there. So let's see if we break that 29. Get near that 29, I will short. There was 28 on the ask. Market maker's what it's going to give me if I do market right there. So, there we go. So I could have got it up there and I didn't. This could be a bigger retracement, so let's be careful here. 60, 74. I'm going to go in there on a long, guys, off that level. Let's see if it hits me up. See how fast that's changing if I hit market. So I got to be careful here. Looking to get out 10, 15. There we go. All right, so we broke the $100. So, or hopefully you guys did. We broke the $100. There's 147 of you that hopefully got lucky. This is the time where I might want to stop while you guys are trading. And again, I just want to put that up there again. I'm not licensed to give you information on trading. I am quarterbacking for a large group of people, and they are all responsible for their own trades. So remember that, okay? So there's that. And then I highly recommend that you have some sort of day trading plan. This is trading rules that I have for large cap. These are my trading rules. Remember, I was told to emphasize that after yesterday. These are my trading rules. You may or may not want to adopt them. I find them to be very helpful after years and years of trading and to protect me on how to trade. But, entering a quarter of your position and then adding to it is not good for everybody, and mostly because if you can't control yourself, if you have trouble reading order flow, but you can't get out at max loss because you just, I'll wait a little longer because it's bouncing up, but then going. If you can't control getting out, then you do not want to trade like that. And you want to trade in a sim for a long time. So hopefully you have, somebody said to not put my cursor over it so they could take a picture. There you go. You can take a picture if you want. But I advise you to figure out what's the best rules for you to do that. Another thing I'll go into now that we're probably at our max people that are going to be here is I will talk about this indicator again and about the email. So all the people that have emailed for the notification of the live trading, and here I am. So this is what we call soft openings. If you've owned many retail businesses like I have, or restaurants like I have, or deep sea fishing, or whale watching, or publishing companies, or whatever it might be, we have what you call soft openings. So this is a soft opening, basically the Monday after 4th of July, the 7th. Is when we were having the hard opening, the actual grand opening. Grand opening of trading of YouTube. It kind of sounds funny, but you should absolutely receive an email before then, okay? And for all the people that are emailing, I'm creating an email list for people that want to follow along and trade with me live. Remember, it's free to do it, so I'm creating an email list, and what we're going to do is we're not going to be spamming you, but we're going to give you cool stuff like this, and we'll go into this in just a second, that nobody else, it'll be the only way you can get it unless you have to buy it somewhere, but you can get it for free here. And since I am a coder for Thinkorswim ThinkScript, I come up with new codes and new scripts for people all the time, new ideas, and basically the prop firms want and stuff. So there's some serious advantage in some of the indicators you can get here. And again, you're not paying anything. I'm just giving you the scoop of why it might be cool to continue to follow and hopefully make money. Now, this type of trading is not for everybody. And one of the reasons we were holding up on the emails, which I mentioned earlier, is we were having trouble it not being spammed away. So we're trying to figure out and talking to all the people that make sure it doesn't get spammed and how we can do that. So if you have not received an email by the 7th of this month, then it would be the time to say, hey, what happened to my email? And then email us back. Say, I never got it. I never got an email, and I emailed asking for to be included. So there's that. Now let's go into this indicator in a minute, and then we'll take a look at some other stocks here to maybe remember. You should be stopped if you've made your goal based on the levels I called. Right now we're getting some consolidation in here. This is typically the time I slow down on even trading, so you can see the retracement on the 5-minute. Trading this stock, I might go look at others, which I'm going to do in a minute for you guys, and call out what I see, and I may or may not take more trades, but if you have made it, you guys should be stopping, right? Now let's get a look at what you're going to be getting. Now this is in creation mode, right? I showed the buyer's volume indicator earlier that is going to be over at the $1 Million Margin Club for free for a period of time. This one they will not get for a long time, if ever. And right now they'll never get this one because this is broken. It's not working right, because what happens is this volume disappears completely when it's not breaking it. So I've got to fix that, right? And then there was something else that wasn't coming up either. So look at that going up. So this is the time to jump. You should have jumped on that right at that level. Hopefully some of you saw that happening. It retraced. It's going back now. So a good time to trade more of this. Maybe short off the fib. The buy-sell oscillator is turning it around right now. You kind of missed this move, so be careful. So the move was right down here, but there it goes. It's still going all the way to. I would think that it might go all the way to 155 or like 154.93 or whatever. Like everybody jumps out just before the even dollar, so it's always good to have the even and the half dollar marked. But anyway, so yeah, look for this in your email, a link to get this if you have emailed here. Now it is Professor's Day Trading for Success at gmail.com. It will be. There's a link on. There's an email address that's on this video. And it's also always been on the channel under the channel information. There's always an email there. If you ever look under people's channel information, they usually have a contact there. So look for that. Now I'm going to go ahead and look at some of the other stocks here. Let's take a look at Tesla and just see. So it's still staying up there pretty good. Just want to see if this is, I would not want to trade this yet. Okay. So let's look at what it looks like on the 1 minute. People took profit. They lost their confidence, right? Yeah, that's not bad actually over here. There's just too many of these here for me. So what I'm going to do is just so I'm going to at this point take the buyers off. It's not working right anyway. Then I can see more of what's going on here. Yeah, I'm going to auto zoom. I'm going to get this to be a smaller. Well, that is actually some fairly good consolidating action, guys. That is a fairly decent thing to trade. So I would definitely look at the whole $0.50. What I would do is I would smooth the level in here, probably right around. So I'm trying to catch as much of the price action on a smoothing type thing. So it's probably right there, which is just below or just above the 110. And then, but you have the whole and $0.50 to go by. And really, I would put one right where that $0.50 is. So that's a good level. I would put one right around there. And I would probably try to trade this channel for a lesser share size than 200 if I was you. But banging off this ATR and going down is good. Again, why I would not trade this is because of the catalyst. So let's look at some of the others. So number 3 on the list over here with volume is Hood. Let's take a look at Robinhood here. Oh, everything went up today, huh? So it's harder to call them when you have big moves because we're trading non-moving consolidating stock action, right? I know a lot of people are happy that caught the Tesla move this morning. There's a lot of pre-market people that trade large cap and not momentum, and they because there's big movements on them, and they trade large share size, you know. And this is a good move here. I like this. Here it almost seems untradeable, you know, to call it because it just could just keep going or it could retrace. Could go. But when you zoom in and look at the 1 minute, it's like you can see sort of the retracing action that might give you some opportunities here to trade this. So I'll call this and see if we can do a trade here. I'm looking at the spread is pretty tight, which isn't bad. So we could do market. Let's see. Reading the no big Robinhood here. So new crypto offerings, explaining the dual purpose of it. I don't know who's calling this, Carl, this morning, but there's no. Let me just make sure we've got this. Yeah, just waiting for audio. So it slows down a bit when, as you get into the market, the announcements. Unless, well, you need a real announcement to say. So yeah, I'd be looking to go long off this ATR for sure. Otherwise, I'm just watching how slowly this is moving and I'm losing a little bit of excitement about it. 94.81 up to, well, no, that's a pretty big move there. So let's take a look to see if this gets down. Look at that. So it's getting down close to the 95 even. No, I want the ATR. Let's wait a little longer. MACD is sending it down. So let's see if you guys are still trading. Now, if you've made your goal, you should not be trading. All right, so I'm just trying to continue with some tutelage here. And at any time, I can be wrong, of course. So far, today it didn't happen, but you never know. Banging off that 9 moving average right there. So let's see if it's going to drop down to the ATR. The fact that it's taking so many candles, of course, worries me. The 14 is right at the ATR here, which is right at like 194.66 area. Well, 65, 194.65. Let's see if it gets down there. Just some retracing. Still making higher highs on the 5 minute. still pretty much green across the board. SPYs, QQQ are looking up. Well, now this is on a 5-minute. If you get the market pulse, you can, whatever chart you put it on, it's going to give you the data for that chart, which is really cool. A lot of people have this on the 1 hour, but it doesn't do much good when you're trading the open. But as they trade through the day, they usually put this on the 1 hour, and it gives them more of a viable direction of the overall markets, big ETFs. So it looks like it respected the half dollar, never went down, so I lost the opportunity there. But you can do the opportunity to go short too. Right now, everything should be long biased, but that doesn't mean you can't make tracement. You can't make money on a retracement. So the MACD called it down. It did go down, but then it came back up. So it's right, but then it looks like it's going to be wrong for the next candle. All right, so there it goes. So I'm definitely going to look into getting it up here off the 50 cent and then being able to add if it keeps going up. So let's guys, if you should not be trading if you made it. Okay, remember that. So I'm going to lower this because of a lack of confidence, and I have to go further to get if I'm going to average into my position, it's like a 50 cent higher up to 96, so that's why I lowered that. But it bounced off of it. Damn, I missed it. I almost clicked it. It's like maybe some of you got that. It was like at 48 on the ask. But it's okay because there's another trade coming around. You don't force the trade. There's another trade. In just a minute, there's going to be another trade. So is it going to hit there again? It looks like it, guys. It definitely looks like it. So I would buy a bid. I'll go ahead and get that. It just broke it, so it picked me up. We'll just go for that was 100 shares. I probably should have taken that. Yeah. See if I get it on 100 shares. That was a pretty good move. $11, 10 cents. I'm looking for 10 cents roughly, 5 to 10 cents depending on the swaying action of the stock. So I'll wait this out. I'll keep the order pending for now and wait this out to see where it goes. So we got 12 on that one. And now it's hitting the 14. So I'm gonna wait and see if it goes down. And I did play it long, So this one is offering some opportunity with the way that it's moving in between. But it comes down to you're reading the price action here, and as well as the historical data levels. So, and the indicators. This is your risk when you get in. I said I was going for 10, but it says you can go for 20. Wow, look at that, huh? I'm going to go ahead and get in there, guys, just basically because it broke the ATR. And I will average down if it goes to 94 even, average into my fuller position. Market did just turn around, so let's watch that. I'm watching the swelling of this and not feeling confident holding it, but let's see. I will get out if it gives me a chance to get out green here, more than $2 because it won't pick me up, and then it could be a losing trade. Too bad. Well, let's see. Buy Sell Oscillator says we're turning around, guys. Be patient. We'll just take a tiny win if it gets us there. How am I? I'm looking at this to see, and it is swelling up. Yeah, I was going to say. That's why I held it. It was definitely swelling up for up price action, so that's another $23. And so I called that. I got in off of it breaking that level, thinking it's going to retrace to the ATR, which is highly respected by most traders, half and whole. So you're going to see, when you trade with the crowd, you're going to see a lot of trading going on around this level. Usually, nothing's always. Remember that. Nothing's always. But, if you just sit here and you calm down, our goal is $100. But if you use the same strategy throughout the market, sky's the limit once you get the hang of it. So I'm patting myself on the back, batting 100% again. Often when I miss a trade, it's, I could have got out of that one just because I was like, and it might have kind of gone up $2, and by the time I hit it, I was down $2, and it was like it made me less accurate. So here we go. Now people are saying you should have held that position. You left money on the table. Yeah, if I had a fortune teller book in front of me, then But it's safer just to go green, guys. Go green. Just get the money and then make the baby steps up to what you want. Yes, we all leave money on the table. If we could read the future perfectly, it's always more money to make. But you should be happy with your goal. If your goal is $2,000 a month, you made it today already, most likely. If your goal is $3,000, then you need to get to $150. So you maybe get this up to $50 because we have $100 on the other. But I'm advocating starting off for just that $100 goal and not going for the $3,000 a month yet. Or if you go to $200, then you've got $4,000 a month. How much do you need? One of the big problems for people trying to make a living day trading is they set their goal of what they need. I need this many $1,000 a month. I need, 5,000, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, whatever it might be. So I have to make it. So I have to set my share side, and I have to trade until I make it. Well, that's the kiss of death. That's the kiss of death. Market's different every day. You might not get anywhere near it, and you just keep forcing it. You keep over trading. Then you end up going down because you have to make it. No. It's better to look at it like, what would help my lifestyle a bit? Geez, $1,000 a month would help me a bit. Why don't I start there? And I don't have to make it because I still have my job. I'm still doing okay, right? And then what happens is when you're okay with less, it really relaxes the way you trade, and then you kind of push the outside of the envelope without breaking your trading rules, and it comes to you over time. The kiss of death is saying that you have to make a goal. It's just the kiss of death. That's why 95% of traders fail. So remember that, and you're not alone, of course. If that's been happening, you're with a 95% group. How does that feel? Not good, right, to be with the crowd. But on that particular case, not to make light of it, but yeah, so you have to be an outlier in a way. You have to trade differently than the rest, but yet follow the rest. Know what they're going to do, but stick to an actual plan. That's an outlier in day trading. You have won already. Even when you lose, you make a max loss and you get out. You won because you got out. And overall, you're going to be over accurate, right? I'm just saying the same stuff over and over. That just beats us up, to over and over. So on NVIDIA, beat you up with the same message, right? So on NVIDIA, we did make $100. That was our goal for those of you that just popped on. And now everybody should have stopped. And now I'm just calling trades for those people that didn't make it or came in later, and I'm not calling them as aggressively. I do have another trading group, as most of you know, that I go with right around 10:15. So this is interesting, right on the ATR. So is it going to break below it? I'm looking for So I'm going to go ahead and go in. So I got it at 65 cents.
Advances digital strategy.
Wow,
my digital banking platform, Alpha Lima Kilo Tango. ONFO on Folio Holdings.
See if we can make that $11 on Sell the Ask. I almost did market. I went back and forth because the spread is tiny there, and this wasn't looking particularly. Yeah, that scares me. The way it's swailing wasn't looking particularly good for me. So let's see if it gives me an opportunity. Well, it's turning around there a little bit. So let's see. The buy sell are turning around. We have the that's the 50-cent mark there. It's hovering on that 50-cent mark. Well, it's breaking it. So this one's going against me, and I'm not feeling good about adding to it, at least not yet. I'm in a quarter of my position, and I'm waiting for the move to go back up. There it goes. So the way this price action is moving, it's actually swailing down more than up. So it's a little scary watching the order flow come through here. There we go. So that was a big bump all at once. So we'll sell market if it gives me enough of a, I'll take that. Why didn't it sell? Did I not click on that? I thought I clicked on that. That was strange.
Earlier this week announced
I have not.
data.
Wow, that was disturbing. I thought for sure I clicked on that. We'll wait again and see. Wow. Okay. So I think I only made like, did I even make money on that trade? No. So the market slipped on me there, the market order. I wanted to get out because price flow was telling me it was going down. So I wasn't feeling good. That it was interesting how that jumped up at the last second there and threw me for a loop. I do feel like that was a glitch, so it's disturbing me because I am pretty positive. I'll look in the videos that I pressed that button and it didn't take it, and it was a higher profit. So when you see it going up, swaling up, that's when market's safer, that it won't pop down as much to hit market. Otherwise, you should probably sell the ask or and then buy the bid for this type of action, Every price action. This is not what I call exciting. It is consolidating here. This is not affording a lot of opportunities right now. So, but slowly but surely, broke the 10 o'clock mark. So if I was trying to show you more ways, make you more money to trade, if I switch stocks now, there won't be enough time to give you the opportunity. All right, so let's see. So that's 12. All right, so we're going to want to get in this up here as it goes up anywhere near the 50-cent mark. Wait it out. See if it gives you the full what you want up here. And then I would say and go short. There's the buy sell oscillator telling you that it's almost done. I might sell market when it goes up there just to make sure I get in if it springs, but that could be it. It stopped at the 20 cents again. Yep, darn. Okay. So it's a really tight range right there. Just keeping an eye on it, guys. Just keeping an eye on it for order flow to see if it's, there we go. All right. Let's give us another burst up. I could have picked it up on market. At the last second I switched. There we go. So now I would add to it up on get to half my position up on the whole dollar if it gets up that high. Otherwise, I'll take a small win down here when it gives me the opportunity on a retracement. There it is. Did it get it? Nope. There it goes. So we got a little bit more money there. And I might have time for one more trade with you guys, calling the trades here. So 50 cent would definitely be a short for me, but it looks like it's not going to do it. So I forgot I kept the stock. I kept this so low. That's why this isn't why isn't this going up faster? I only have 100 shares on it. Well, we'll keep it here now. So I was waiting to see the way the book flowed before I raised it. I should have raised the share after a couple of trades. I should have made that higher. Okay, so here we go. So there's the 50 cent. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get in, absolutely, and I will buy market to get out as it jumps down. It will go down, guys. Give it a second. It's going to go back down. Give it a bigger. Let's see if we can get a bigger move than $7 for me. Well, I'm predicting a going down here, a retracement back to that 50 cent mark at least, which is 5 cents. All right, so we got a little bit more money on that when I got out, right as it traced down. And of course, I could have made more money. There it goes. But it does seem it stopped there, and it's going back up. So, guys, that's the last trade. I feel like, it's hard to go wrong. I know that some of you are still probably struggling watching this. I know that 2-second delay, some people complained about that. But, guys, you should be able to trade off the levels, and I'm just giving you a little added confidence on how I quarterback it. 2 seconds, and even Zoom is 1 second. So that's why I call out the levels ahead of time. And then I always say go for $5, $7, $10, $12. If you only have 100 shares, I would say $5 to $7. You have 200 shares you're trading, then 10, 12, 15, $20. Because it swales that amount. It will move, 8, 7, 8, 10 cents. So I was way under the targets here. I was not waiting for the targets, being very safe with the risk oscillator jumping out long before. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Anyway, I will do another video with this inside of it, sort of recapping a bit of what we just did today. But hopefully you did. Everybody did okay. Here's NVIDIA over here, which was 100. So we have 147, almost 150 or 3,000 a month. Now you should have stopped at 100. I'm just saying we gave people that came in later some opportunity to see how to trade large cap consolidating stocks, how to almost like print money. It's easy to call these things after a while. It should be really easy for you. Wow, it just kept going up. Did it, or did it? Sorry, I'll take one more look at this to see. Yeah, so it went down, then went back up. Yeah, so it's right near the high again, if it was today, right at that fib. Look at how that fib is respected, guys. That's where you want to mark those out. 10-day, 5-minute chart, mark it out, always left to right. Okay, guys, listen, thanks for being with me again today, and I will see you soon. Stay green out there. Go green and always stay inquisitive.